everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Sponsored by HobbyLink Japan. I'm Sid.
I'm Ryan.
Alright, how you doing today, Ryan?
I'm fine, Sid.
That's great.
And yourself?
I'm not so great. I'm
Yeah.
a little tired. Usually we film a Thursday afternoon, but we've been busy, so we filmed on Friday morning on this one.
Yes. It's Friday morning in Japan.
That's right. Alright, Ryan, what are you going to show today?
I'm going to talk about my Falcon, but a new machine of Krieger came in.
Okay.
The Gustav.
Gustav.
Let's, he does look very similar to the other ones, but,
Well, he looks
you know,
similar to any
I'm a big fan of these guys. A lot of work if you want to do it right.
Yeah. Those
But,
people who build machine Krieger generally are on the upper level of modeling skill.
Yeah.
Because they have to do all the gluing and painting.
I just wish they did mega size, guys. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I'm going to agree with you, Ryan, and say yes, that would be awesome.
Just imagine this guy like that big.
Okay.
Oh, I have that final one.
Hold on. Okay, there. Good.
Okay, did you email Bandai or Wave?
No.
This is by Wave. They do a good job. And Sid,
Yes.
you have some things to show.
Yes, well, the end of the month is upon us.
Yes.
Less than a week left here, so the stuff's starting to come out. The good stuff, anyway. So let's start with the HG, the Lagowe here. Here it is, straight from the Gundam seed. And it's quite a bit different because it's kind of like
quite an abstract artwork there. It's like
it's
a
an
cubism
animal shape.
going on.
It's an animal instead of
It's an
a
animal?
humanoid shape, right?
Right.
And I mean, some people dig on the form of this.
Yeah,
kit,
it's
so.
interesting.
I actually like the
like
color
the
of
artwork.
one. I like the look of the kit, but they do give you these rubber straps, right? It's pretty cool.
I like that orange actually.
Yeah, orange is my favorite color. Did you know that, Ryan?
No.
Okay. That's why you making fun of my orange shirts sometimes. All right.
How many do you have?
One. Okay, now
I'll buy
here
you
we
one.
got this, the latest Hobby Japan that will be coming out within the next week, I believe.
Ah, and you get something?
It will have the bonus Gundam Seed hand parts
Oh.
that you can use on your Gundam Seed kits and remastered kits. So we're waiting for these to come in. I'm thinking in the next few days we're going to be seeing this magazine pile in. So if you have not ordered it yet, be sure to get it and get these optional parts.
So you need to order the magazine and you get the
Yeah,
parts,
you just order the Hobby Japan April issue, which
Yeah.
releases at the end of February, and you will get these. However, quantities are limited, so you know.
Hobby Japan is actually a great magazine. I'm
It's
surprised
awesome.
there's no more Gundam English magazines out there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shame.
They would sell. All right, Gundam Age. We're still on
Gundam
the
Age.
Here's the Zeydra. Much like the Gafran and the Zetas and the Zetas R, it's got that look to it. You know, I'm
Zeydra?
hit or miss on the Zeydra. Yeah, Zeydra, whatever. At least they give you some clear parts for the face. You know, it looks like the standard Gundam red color. Yeah. But lots of polycaps on this one. If you look at the polycap runner, it looks like they got an additional
Yeah, a bunch.
thing in there. So it's going to be doing some movement, some articulation. Let me box this up here.
We won't get into Gundam Age again.
Yes, we will. Speaking of Gundam Age, that was going to be my lead-in. Speaking of Gundam Age, here it is. Gundam Age 1 Normal. This is the first master grade kit from the series.
Ah, cool.
And you can see just by looking at the side of the box that this is going to be one articulate kit. You're going to be able to do a lot of stuff
Yeah.
with this guy. And some people had some questions regarding, you know, what's inside, what's not. So we're gonna answer that now. So basically, you're getting a lot of frame runners, of course, and then the armor. And this is similar in size to the normal ARC 782
Okay.
2.0. You also get a whole bunch of the marking stickers and your choice of foil stickers. Just show those briefly. Okay. Now, one thing I wanted to show everybody, I have right here. I'm gonna open this up. So we have these two runners. Now, you will notice that some of them are designated by the name of the kit, and it says, you can't see it, but I'll read it. You know, Master Grade 1100 Gundam Age 1 Normal, which is what this kit is. But other runners will just say Master Grade 1100 Gundam Age.
Okay.
So we've talked about how Bandai is making similar suits, and they're gonna just use the same runners over and over again. So if you see something that says Gundam Age, well, this runner will be featured in the upcoming kits. You know, the Spallo, the Titus, and whatnot. So there's going to be a lot of repeating of runners. So, I mean, this runner is a repeat. And I believe this blue one as well. Yeah, Gundam H. You're going to see this blue runner as well. And there's a few more in here as well. Gundam H1, of course, the feet, they're going to be pretty much the same. And the polycaps, I'm sure, are going to be used quite frequently in this master grade line. But one thing I wanted to show about these polycaps.
You want a knife?
I'm okay. I was tempted to use my teeth like when I was a kid playing Lego, but I didn't. These polycaps are actually a very distinct shape. Like,
yeah.
You don't see this kind of shape in polycaps on other master grade kits. So the design, well, it looks similar to like the RX-782 and things like that. It looks like they've changed quite a bit of the actual engineering by using these polycaps. So I'm looking forward to putting this guy together and just seeing what's different and what's the same, comparing it to the other master grades that have been out so far. So it looks good to me. One thing that somebody had a question with is you can see, this is a better picture. You can see this black part here.
Yeah.
Now on the mega size model, it was a distinct piece.
Yes.
And on the HG model, it was a sticker.
Okay.
And we were wondering, well, what's it going to be on the master grade? Well, on the master grade, it's both.
It's both?
It's both. You actually will have a separate frame piece that you put in there.
Okay.
And a sticker is supposed to go on over top.
Okay.
And for people who don't like stickers, I mean, that effect a lot of times is not desirable.
Yeah.
Well, you can always just paint that piece black before you slide it in, and then you won't need a sticker. So it's, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
I like this. I mean, I like this Gundam Age model.
I like this suit design.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool. I don't like it, and I don't mind it. And you can see all the panel lines it comes with. You're going to be able to get in there with your Gundam marker and totally detail it up, like so. Yeah, it's good. I'm hoping we'll have it built and we will show it on the show. Yeah. Maybe next week.
Next week?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends if I'm busy this weekend or not.
Now, should I get on my Falcon?
Yeah, let's do your Falcon next because the Gundam stuff I want to show today is actually it's going to be really short.
Okay.
So we can do your stuff next. All right, Ryan, here we are. We got a couple of Falcons in our hands, and I gotta say that this it feels right. It feels right just having.
What's that expression? 2 falcons in the bush is better than 1 in the hand.
No, I think it would be what? 1 in the hand is better than 2 in the bush.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, Sid.
Yes.
Should I talk about what I've done?
That's why we're recording.
Okay. Well, I've finished this part here.
Yes.
Like basically the top is done except for a few little things. And you can see the difference.
I sure can.
You might not see the difference from last week, but I've done a lot more.
And we'll have to go back and
yes. But I'm very happy. There's just one part here. This is where a screw goes and you glue that on top. But I haven't screwed this together yet. But I did start working on the bottom as well.
Okay.
And the difference... for reference. The difference is I started screwing in these parts over here. As you can see over here. Now, there's 2 options with this kit. You can either have landing gear out or landing gear in. I'm not going to have it out because I quite like the way it sits on its base. But that is basically where I'm at.
Okay, so it looks like you're approaching the end of the gluing stage and moving on to the landing stage, perhaps.
And I was chatting to Brian about this, and because and I spoke to you about this, what sprays to use. Brian recommended these fine surfacers. Yeah. There's a white and a gray. A lot of people say either. I might go with the white because I think the Falcon is more on the white side than the gray side.
Yes. Either one is fine. I find the gray to actually spray better. Yeah. But the white will work all right too.
Now, also, it was mentioned that it might take like 7 passes with spray. To get the color I want. Now I was chatting like another thing was like all these pieces over here. Once you screw the kit shut, you start gluing these things all around it. And I was chatting with Brian again. I should talk to you really, but
talk to Brian.
he was saying, and this is going to be hard for me. Like you stick on everything except the turrets, and then you just start spraying. That seems hard. Like to hold it and spray it like properly.
Yeah. It would be, don't you think?
How do I minimize my amateur nature?
You need to come up with a way that you can support the kit while you're spraying it.
Yeah.
One way I would do is if you can even make a little base and try to run something up through this tube in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
To secure it there, like if you even have a bolt and a nut on your side, just enough that it's holding it there, and you can hold it by this base.
Okay.
Sit there, spray it all, and if you have a long enough stick, you can just grab it, turn it over.
Okay, sweet.
And spray the other side. That's how I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to be holding it, of course, while you're trying to spray. That's not desirable at all. Ryan, what are you doing?
I'm that guy from Star Trek.
Star Trek?
Yeah, you know the guy.
Are you bringing up Star Trek on a show where we're talking about Star Wars?
They can exist in the same universe.
They cannot exist in the same universe.
Why not?
Because they probably would have met at some point. Don't you think?
Yeah, and like Darth Vader would have kicked freaking ass.
Maybe. All right.
Anyway, I have a question. This is the part of the ship that fits in the back here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually, I haven't actually got the parts here, but there's a whole bunch of small plastic parts that fit into here. Should I like paint those individually, or would I be safe just kind of spraying the whole thing?
Glue them in there. And then if you maybe how does this fit?
Well, you glue
Let's determine that first.
You glue it shut.
This would go on first, and this would go on afterwards.
Let me just separate.
Don't break it now. Don't break it. You're in the final stages.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I'm separating the saucer section from the...
Oh.
Okay.
That's not a desirable noise.
It actually sits in there. It probably sits the other way around. Yeah. So actually, if I glue everything together and then spray it, like, do you think I could get enough spray in here?
What I would do is I would put all the little pieces in here.
Yeah.
And wait till the glue dry, and then spray paint it, and then drop it in there.
Okay.
And then spray paint this piece, and you can see you can put just the glue you need
over there,
all along here, and get it in place more or less.
Another thing about gluing everything together and spray painting, and another thing I'm fearful of is, like as you see, if it's shut here, you'd have the pieces in here, top and the bottom. Mm-hmm. I mean, I should really spray paint those beforehand. I'm sure I brought this up before, but
I think we talked about that already.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I don't want to have any parts that are not, I can't access by spray. But yeah, that's it, Sid. So I'm hoping that very soon we'll be able to show spraying.
I think so, but maybe the best bet is actually spray this as one piece and like this as another piece.
You mean, but what about these side bits?
And then, well, we can always...
So like glue, spray this part, stick it together.
Because I do not know, because I've not to build this or seen the manuals. How does this go together? Is it actually screwed?
It's screwed in.
Like the top here?
Well, you screw it in and then you glue these side bits on. So you actually double shut it, kind of double lock it. I do have the manual here.
Yeah, so if that's your answer right there, you just answered your own question.
I answered my own question. And what is the answer?
The question is,
what is the answer?
Put together spray paint and then glue the side pieces in.
Yeah, well that's how it looks. So in the manual, basically, you glue it shut and then you glue on these external pieces.
Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to paint this as one unit, and then you're going to paint all these, and then you're going to glue them in.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's going to look hot.
Yeah, I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
It's like a big toy.
It is a big toy.
Yeah.
It's going to sit on your desk at work here, or are you going to leave it at home?
Well, I have this small bling Falcon here. I think my desk doesn't have enough space for this. Okay. I want to hang it from the ceiling somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's... I'm so excited. Pew pew! Just needs lights. But Brian was saying there's a whole bunch of accessories for this kit, like crazy decals, lighting, everything. So you could go insane. Yeah. But yeah, I'm having fun.
Nerd crazy.
Super nerd.
Super nerd.
Now Sid, what have you got?
I'm going to show some HG Gundam kits. Somebody asked a question last week on the show, and I'm going to answer it this week.
Cool.
All right. Okay, Ryan, last week, in one of the comments on the episode, there was a question about the HG kits, the old and the remaster kits, and what's the difference? And I thought that would be something easy to show on the show. So I've actually got the Buster Gundam. Now, Ryan, I'm going to ask you a question. Put you on the spot here. Looking at these boxes, which would you say is the remaster and which is the old one?
I would say that's remastered.
Okay. Good.
Am I right?
Good. You didn't disappoint me on television.
I'm so used to failing at school.
You're so used to failure? I wish I could give you some words of encouragement, Ryan, but all I can say is...
I want a gold star. I want a gold Gundam.
All right, so I built the Buster Gundam, and I built neither the remastered or the old one. I actually built a hybrid. So
whoa,
half of this Gundam is the old.
It's half electric and half diesel. Or?
Half of this Gundam is the old Gundam, and the other half is the new Gundam. And the difference is very subtle, and I don't know if it shows up on camera. So we're going to try and get some high definition shots here. But you can see that, like the green and the red, the colors are a little bit different, and as well as the armor here. The whitish color is different.
One slightly more glossy, like the orange is a little bit more glossy.
This remaster is supposed to be representative of the color in the remastered HD releases of the anime. Probably the easiest way to tell the difference is to look at the back of the frame here. You can see this has got this kind of metallic look to it, and this has got that flat gray. We'll let the camera guy zoom in on this if he can.
Get in on it, Luke.
Get in on it. Yes. It's actually a pretty good kit, the Buster Gundam. So as for differences in the build of the kit itself, there are none. It's the same.
It's the same.
It's just that the armor color is different and the frame color is different. But there are some other differences between the kits in the form of additions with the remasters that make the remasters more desirable. I mean, they're the same price, but with the remastered, you get a stand attachment.
Ooh.
Yes, so you never got these in the old HGs, but with this HG, the remasters all come with this stand attachment. Go ahead, look for it. Look for it. See, it's not in
I don't trust it.
No.
Boy, it's right here.
Sure it is, right?
You see this piece of plastic just behind my hand?
Yes, so what this does is you actually build it into the skirt here, and you can attach this thing to a stand.
Oh. Does it come with a stand?
It does not come with a stand. No Gundams really come with a stand, although the Perfect Grays and some remasters do. So you get the...
How long did it take you to build that, actually?
Oh, I think I put it together in about an hour.
Wow.
But the other big addition in the remasters is all these little stickers. It's
stickers.
It's rare for an HG kit to come with marking stickers of any kind other than like the foil stickers for the eyes. Occasionally you'll get them, but not often. But with the remasters, the seats, you're getting all these stickers. You can see they have the different model numbers.
Yeah, that's actually cool.
You can choose which one you want to slap on there and stick it on your kit.
Yeah, it's quite actually, give me 1 second.
Oh.
Let's compare the two.
Well,
it's quite a difference.
You get that sticker set as well with this kit.
And you get those extra.
But these are the extra ones.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And you get to choose which is even cooler. So, yeah. So this is what the remaster gives you. You get the different colors, you get the stand attachment, and you get the stickers. Right there, answered your question on Gunpla TV. So speaking of questions, Ryan.
Question time.
It's question time. Seamless. I'm seamless with that kind of stuff. One thing to another, no cuts.
We're getting good.
We are.
Question number 1.
All right, Ryan. No pressure, buddy. You can do it.
Hi, Sid and Ryan. Well, hi, Ryan and Sid. Great show, guys. I've been looking at the 172 macro, 172
1/72 scale.
Macross Frontier kits from Bandai, and I'm wondering how they compare to Gundam kits. And this is from Matt 7234444.
Yes, we actually did an episode on Macross. Briefly. We talked about the build somewhat and the transformation.
Yeah.
As a build, I would put it, I think I said at the time, slightly higher than the master grade. There's a lot of really small parts, and it's understandable when the thing has to transform between three.
But the transformation was pretty tough.
It was pretty tough the first time. After you do it a few times, like that was my first time actually doing one, so I was stumped a couple times. But we got it to work. I mean, it's not like we were breaking pieces. It's just a matter of getting them to line up properly. Actually, I like them across builds. It's just that they're so time-consuming with all those little parts. It's almost like you're doing a perfect grade at times.
Yeah, and the transformations are tough. Like, it's not easy to go from one pose to the next.
Yeah.
So
it's all right, but they give you attachments and things you can use to keep it in that form, which I thought was really good. If you're really interested in model kits and Macross, then you got to check it out for sure.
It's a lot more time-consuming. I think if you really wanted to do a Macross kit super good, you need to spend a heap of time.
Yeah, and of course you get like this monstrous page of decals, water slide decals. Like, well, you'll be doing that.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, next. Hey Sid, I have a question for you. With the increase in HD quality and the new RG line, do you think they will later mesh into a single line or just stay individual lines? That's from Ragnarok.
I don't know if they're going to merge them or not. The price point is quite different.
Yes.
I mean, they sell a lot of HG kits as it is. They're 1,000 yen, 1,200 yen. You can buy them, you can sell them in an hour. I think that Bandai has a good market for that. But the RG gives you just that much more detail in a smaller form. And for people who don't have room to store their MGs around their house, the RG line is perfect because it's time-consuming build. You get a lot of markings. I think Bandai will keep them separate for a while, and depending on how things go, you may even see the RG line start to edge into the MG line.
Oh, okay.
That's just my opinion. I don't know.
It's a good opinion.
Who am I? I'm just some guy in front of the camera.
Next question is from Neon Wave. Hey Sid and Ryan, it's good to hear that Sid is getting better and that you guys started showing tutorials again. I've started watching Boss Build's great show and wondered if there will ever be a time where you guys and Brian will work on a project together. Well, I think the Falcon is a bit of crossover.
Some crossover. I was feeling better until yesterday when I had my medical checkup. In Japan, if you work for a company full-time, you're supposed to go and get medical checkups every year, paid for by the company, which is good because, you know, I think in Canada you don't have to do that. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, same in Australia. And, like, you don't have to do medical checkups. People don't
end up going to the doctor for regular checkups and then they find out that they've got something. So I went to Japan. I went to the hospital yesterday for my checkup and everything went fine until it came time to check my stomach and they had to stick that camera down my nose, down my throat, and it all went down. But I'm feeling better.
You don't have, I mean, I refused to get that done,
yeah.
And I went to a private clinic. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
No one sticks tubes down my nose.
Yeah. Well, I thought it might be a good idea to check out.
It's not a pleasant experience, is it, Sid?
I can still feel it right there.
Yeah.
Back of my
oh my God.
Anyway, enough of that. Crossovers with Brian.
I think if I ever decide to build a tank, I think we would do it. Like I've been eyeing that Gundam tank for quite some time, and maybe we can do a crossover, but we'll have to see in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we work just like 5 meters away from the guy. You're right across from him, so.
And he's a great modeler. Like he's really into the airbrushing. If you watch his tank build, so.
I think we'll see some crossover. We want to start talking about pre-shading and post-shading on Gundam, because he's the perfect guy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's
Make
really.
it happen.
It's done.
All right.
Decision made. Email sent. Okay. Next question. Hey guys, I have a question regarding Bandai's UC hard graph line of kits. They are 1/35th scale, and I was wondering what size Gundam to place with them. Do they work with the 1/144th scale? That's from Timmy J28414.
That hardline graph, you know about them? You wanted to build that tank you're talking about?
Yes.
That's what that is.
Oh.
It's 1/35th scale, so they are supposed to be part of the Gundam universe, and so technically the perfect size Gundam to work with them would be 1/35th scale.
Yeah, but it's tough.
Yeah, we don't have 1/35th scale Gundams. You might get something close with the mega size at 1/48th, but I don't really think that they work together at all, so to speak.
Is this hard graph line, like, is there a bunch of kits in that?
Yeah, there's a bunch of vehicles.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we should show those one day. Yeah. Next question, do you have the 1/144th Nemo, and is it in Zeta Gundam colors or Unicorn colors? That's from Right Leg Production 1.
Okay, well, the only Nemo we had until recently was the Master Grade.
Okay.
And the HG Nemo should be coming out in the next few weeks, and it is going to be Unicorn version.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll try and post a link on our site in the comments of this video so people can see for themselves.
Sweet.
Okay.
Next question. Hi guys, nice show. I love how you showed how to do the mod on the legs. Learned something new now. I have a question regarding metallic paints. I know that for Alcad metallizers I need to use a gloss black as a base coat to get the extra shine, but I do need to do that to the Tamiya spray cans as well, or can I use a white or grey primer? That's from San Alucard.
Anytime you want to paint a metallic and get it really shiny, you should put the gloss black down first.
Okay.
Gloss black, then silver, and then whatever metallic color, like clear color you're going on top of it. That's what we showed on the show. We showed the silver and then the clear color. But I skipped the part of showing the black underneath.
Okay.
I should have done that, but just for the sake of time, I wanted to get everything done. But most people, as this guy states, when they're doing metallics, start with the black, then your coat's on top of it.
Cool.
Cool.
Next. Hey yo, what up, Sid and Ryan?
Let's read that on the show because he says Sid and Ryan.
If MG Gaffran's still been released in April, I thought you'd know. I assume Bandai would have let you know to set up pre-orders and such. Thank you, Naruto Man 876.
If it's not on our site for release in April, that means we don't know at this time. But I don't know the release schedule actually. I can't remember. We have the normal, and the next will be the Titus and the Spallo coming up soon, I think. So Gaffer will be sometime in there.
Yeah, just keep an eye on our site.
Yeah.
Use our RSS feed on our Gundam page.
Just type in Gaffer, Zeydra search, and away you go.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, next. Also, Sid, did you find the 00 Razor's sidebinder locking mechanism loose? I did so on mine. Also, the manipulators are a pain.
Yes, the Master Raid 00 riser.
Yeah.
When you put in the side mechanisms, they kind of come off. It wasn't too bad, but the point about the manipulators, the hands he makes is spot on. Like they're just not solid.
That's the little things, yeah.
Oh yeah, the hands.
Yeah.
So and some kits recently, they have just the fingers that you put on as one whole unit, and other ones will have individual fingers, and some of them are a combination of both. And with the old riser, it seemed like they couldn't quite get it right. I mean, it works once you take your time to set it up, but
So he's not alone.
it's not alone.
No.
No.
What would your recommendations be for a first model to build? Would the 1/144th scale HG bouncer you revealed in this episode be decent? I'm looking for a challenge, but nothing overwhelming for my first go at this. Thanks again for those videos. They are superb. Cheers. And that's from Havadath.
Okay. Depends on the age of the person who's building it.
Yeah, how old are
you? Young people, any HG will do. I mean, aside from maybe like the Shenanj, most of them are pretty basic. The instruction manual is easy to follow, and you shouldn't have any problems. But if you're a little older, you want to challenge, as you state in the comment, you might want to start with a simple Master Grade.
Mega size.
Mega size is just a bigger HG. So
Yeah, that's
you
for
can start with a mega size
if you're old and blind,
Yeah.
like me,
But,
get a mega size.
I think some of the Master Grades, even like the older ones, maybe
Yeah.
that are like 10 years old now, they're simple enough when it comes to building them that you could go right from there and skip the HG as your first step. But then you'd go back and build the HG anyway because they're fun. So, it's your choice.
Okay, next. Awesome tutorial, Sid and Ryan. Well, it should be Sid only. I have one question. When I use Tamiya paint acrylic and don't have a brush thin, thinner or cleaner, what can I use instead of thinner? Because usually the things cost around $5 to $6 and I don't want to spend that much. Thanks. That's from Matt Lego 123.
Okay, acrylic, I think they're, you can use water.
Yeah.
Acrylic is water. But you can also use like rubbing alcohol
Okay.
and dish detergent, like or Windex. Things like that. Like,
Really?
yeah, it'll thin it enough.
Okay.
As long as you get your proportion right. Like,
Yeah.
you don't go half and half. It should have some consistency to it, maybe like milk. If you get less than that, then you probably put too much of the other substance in. But yeah, people on the net, they use alcohol, rubbing alcohol, dish detergent. Even I think people have used floor wax.
Actually,
floor wax.
You should check out one of the Boss Builds episode. Brian actually talks about thinning down paints.
Yeah.
And I think there's a bunch of comments on YouTube about it as well. So
Yeah.
just have a search for Boss Builds. But I think he also talks about like floor cleaner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
People, modelers are very resourceful people.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Just type in like thinning acrylic into Google and go nuts. Like people have discovered a variety of ways to thin their paints.
Sweet.
All right.
That's all the questions for today.
All right.
Next
week, are we going to see more of your Falcon?
Yes. I hopefully we'll have it like kind of all the main parts done.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if we'll start spraying next week.
Well, the weather's getting warmer, so
yeah, maybe. Maybe I should do a test spray.
Well,
on
obviously,
something.
you obviously should be doing tests before you spray paint.
So maybe next week we'll do a test spray.
Okay. Well, we'll see how the weather is.
Yeah, we'll see. It's warming up.
All right. Next week we still have some new releases to show because we still have some February releases coming, and we're gonna show some more Gundam, of course, and anything else I can squeeze in. So until then, see you later.
See you guys.